What's up, Aztec fans? Today we're going to be looking at what Nolan Narain will bring to the table as the projected starter at the center spot during his junior season.
Nolan Narain's your new favorite player, Rich. Right here, this is way easy. That's like practice.
Just like everything else at San Diego State, we'll start with the defense. The thing that sticks out to me the most about Nolan on the defensive end is his mobility. Watch as he's able to hard hedge Malachi Flynn, stop him in his tracks, recover to his own man, and then force the miss. The ability to hedge and recover the way Nolan is able to opens up a lot of options for the Aztecs defense. Here, once again, Nolan is able to wall off Malachi Flynn's drive and force the ball out of his hands. Nolan loses his feet, but even so is able to get up and recover back to his man to contest the shot. Nolan has even shown enough mobility to be able to switch onto smaller guards the way he does in this clip. The ability to switch 1 through 5 is a great tool to have in your center for a defensive coach. It won't be the default defense for the Aztecs, but it can be a nice change-up given Nolan's mobility. This clip shows Nolan doing a much softer hedge, but it absolutely achieves the result it's supposed to. Nolan is able to stop the drive until Devin Watson can recover onto his man, and this forces a mid-range pull-up. In this clip, Nolan hedges out to guard one of the guards, and it ends up turning into a switch. I don't think it was supposed to be a switch from the start, but maybe there was a miscommunication. Either way, Nolan is able to hold his own against a smaller player and still recover to the corner when the ball goes out there for the trap. In this clip, Nolan is guarding an isolation from the top of the key, and he holds his own. The offensive player passes out of the drive because he can't get a shot off with Nolan in front of him. Nolan's lateral mobility will also help the Aztecs rotate all over the floor. In this clip, Nolan is able to rotate to wall off a drive along the baseline and force the ball handler back out. This clip is very similar to the last one, except for that in this clip Nolan is able to rotate from the weak side rather than the strong side. You won't mistake him for Skylar Spencer down low, but he'll be able to rotate enough to contest shots, and that's all you need. This was the best clip of Nolan's post defense that I could find. You can see he looks strong down low and is able to get his body into his man before the shot gets off. These next two clips are longer cuts that show you a little bit of everything we've talked about so far. Nolan's biggest issue on defense is just his IQ, knowing where to be and when he's supposed to be there, where to place his feet, where to put his hands, all those types of things. He's so mobile, but sometimes that mobility runs him out of plays that he's supposed to be in as he over-pursues things or overplays what he's supposed to do. With more reps in practice, as he's the projected starter at center for this upcoming year, he'll be able to fix some of these IQ issues and know where he's supposed to be and when to be there. Right now, he's just a solid defensive player. He'll be able to hold his own, but he'll make some mistakes. But as he learns what he's supposed to do, he'll become a great defensive player. Nolan's rebounding numbers don't pop out to the eye. They're about average on both the offense and defensive sides of the floor, but he's probably the best player on the team when it comes to boxing out his man. Notice anytime a shot goes up, if you look at Nolan's head, the first thing he does is turn to find his guy and then get his hips into him. In all these clips, you'll be able to see that. Just watch Nolan's head. When the shot goes up, he turns his head to find his man rather than just following the ball the way so many other players do. In this way, Nolan is one of the better team rebounders, and a lot of the rebounds that other guys such as Jalen or the Mensahs maybe this year will get will be because Nolan is boxing out his man. That way they can go get the board. Lastly, we'll look at Nolan's offense. Nolan's first job in the offense is to set screens and roll hard to the basket, which he does at an above average rate, scoring in the 64th percentile as a roll man. Even when he's not the one scoring, the threat of him rolling hard draws in defenders from elsewhere. Here, Nolan slips the screen because his defender hard hedges the ball handler. This forces the defender in the corner to commit to him as he's rolling hard to the basket. Because the defender committed to Nolan, it left Devin Watson wide open in the corner, and he's able to hit the three. Nolan simply rolling hard to the basket will open up three-point opportunities for the Aztec shooters. This play is essentially the same thing. Slip the screen from the hard hedge, roll to the basket, get a good look. There he drew a foul. This play shows some of the weaknesses in Nolan's game. First off, he slips the screen too early because his man hadn't hard hedged yet. And second off, he misses Jordan Shackle wide open in the corner. Overall, I'm okay with Nolan taking the easy shot, but with his guy right on him, a kick out would have been nice. This clip shows off some of Nolan's post-game. His post-game has potential. You can see him show some nice footwork in this clip. But on the season, he only scored down low in the post better than 9% of all Division I college basketball players. With an off-season of training, his touch might get better, but I'd much rather see him as a roll man, cutter, and offensive rebounder than playing down low in the post. Nolan flashed some ability to do some other things on offense as well this past season, but I've covered the things I believe the coaching staff will ask him to do the most this upcoming season. Nolan is a solid player who can play a role on a winning team. He won't be the focal point on offense or defense, but he'll make everybody else's life easier by doing the things he does well.